Hello everybody and welcome to week 49 here of teaching myself how to draw, my week in review. Trying to think if there's anything I need to say. Probably not, right? I go over this every week. I'm still using this brush. I'm noticing it's really messy, right? Like it's really dirty. I need to be more, what would you say? More confident in the lines that I'm putting down, because otherwise it gets, right? Like look at this shoulder here, it gets super messy and like all this junk in the face. I find I'm erasing a lot more than I did before with like one of these crayon or like pencil brushes where I can just draw kind of lightly. With the brush I'm using now is this one, right? So I can't get away with doing that stuff. So in theory I should be a little more confident with my lines, like right, like something like this, one or two lines. I don't need to be like pencil scratching, chicken scratching everything. It gets confusing when there's a lot of overlap, I think, but for the most part I think I'm doing okay with that, right? You can see like lots of erasing going on here and there, but yeah, I really like this brush a lot. I mentioned before. Yeah, see like here, I've got like the torso, this knee, and then this hand, all kind of overlapping here, and it's really messy. I can't tell what's going on here. So I'd like to work a little more cleanly. Easier said than done though. Same with like up here. You know, it can get really messy when there's overlaps, or like when I'm trying to figure out angles of things. I think what I should do is just do like one or two lines and just go with it, because otherwise I'm going to run out of time too, right? This brush, I think one of the things when I'm using this brush is I should probably try and move faster. Honk honk. A lot of it looks really clean though, you know? It's kind of hit or miss, so I'm still getting used to it, but it's yeah, it's pretty fun. So this is today's. This is all my poses from this week. A lot of these are pretty nice. Like I like this one a lot. I'm getting better at this depth thing, you know? Some of them, sometimes I don't really get it, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. At not drawing too much of stuff. A lot of that is just trial and error with proportions, so yeah. There you go, that's my poses for this week. As for what I drew, I did some fan art for Mel from HoloLive with the prompt. The prompt was flowers this week for the drawing prompt, so I wanted to do like a bouquet with like lots of leaves and kind of like just a lot of different stuff kind of together. That was the idea for this, and then keeping it really simple. The idea of this drawing was not doing too much, like not a full body thing, not a detailed background, just something kind of small. Maybe like one or two areas where I could focus on making it look nice. And again, like eyes closed, I don't have to draw like detailed eyes or anything, you know, keeping it simple. Here's day 2, just kind of cleaning it up. Looks more defined. A lot of these flowers, I tried to not overdo a lot of this, you know? Like if you look in here, or like even in here, a lot of it is just very simple. Because the way I do line art is I think simple looks better. You know, if I overdo some of this stuff, like this one's a little overdone, I think, right? I wanted to keep them not too over the top. Right, so I forgot what I was saying. Let's just move on to the next day. I only did 3 days of work on this, so this was shadows and kind of, what would you say? I fixed up the background a bit. It was too bright. I had the sky white and the clouds colored. What I did is I switched that. So the sky is now colored and the clouds are white. Makes a little more sense, right? White clouds. So this is the final version here. I did a little bit of highlights too. I usually don't do a lot of highlights on stuff. I find I don't have enough time. But just a little bit on the hair and just a little bit here and there on the flowers too. Keeping it really simple, right? So this one was a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say, is there? I'm really proud of this one. So I'll probably get to uploading a time-lapse of it, hey? I'll do that today. I keep forgetting. Next, I did a bit of practice with foliage and flowers and stuff, right? So I drew all this stuff in here, and I thought that was really fun. But I kind of was a little aimless with a lot of it. And so I thought I would focus on stuff like leaves and flowers, trying different styles this week. So you can see some of it is really like, what's the word, like impressionist or whatever up here. This is more like painterly with like different brushes, just trying a bunch of different things. Trying this, I have an auto action that kind of auto paints a border around things, and then like messing around with that here and there, doing bushes, and trying this leaf brush that I made, doing some weird hydrangea stuff over here, just messing around, right? I like this tree in the background, eh? And yeah, that was day one. Basically just messing around, doodling. It was a lot of fun. I think I spent so much time drawing figures, right? Drawing stuff like nature and trees and leaves and flowers and stuff is more, it's more open, right? It's a lot more, I can just kind of turn off my brain more, and it's more like you just put a line down and see if it works. And it's like 50% of the time it kind of does. I find with stuff like this with nature, right? So this is a drawn my version of Bob Ross's Shades of Grey is what it's called. I also added a bit of blue. But this was fun. I didn't draw along with Bob Ross. I just kind of looked at the final product and tried to emulate what he was doing a little bit. But again, keeping it really like low information here. There are a few parts that are more sharp, like these trees here, but everything else is kind of loose, and I really like the loose look. I was messing around with brushes as well. I wound up using this one, which is it's like a calligraphy brush. I wound up using it a lot with this drawing. And then also, I can't remember which one, maybe this one? I don't know. A few other brushes I was just kind of messing around with. This one was also a lot of fun. Like I said, with landscapes, stuff that's not figures, it's easier to just kind of keep moving forward and keep trying new things, you know? And then here's the last day. Again, trying more of the this kind of style instead of this kind of style, right? Which I think is more to my liking. A lot of this is really loose. Like if you zoom in and look at these rocks here, they're clearly like not finished. A lot of this is really it could have been more clean, right? But I think it's really nice. This is I was copying another artist, Takamichi, who I really like the way he does backgrounds. So just took a few of his drawings and was seeing if I could copy them. Yeah, usually what I was doing was just kind of blocking things out and then adding dark and light parts, right? You could see it in here. There's kind of like a mid-tone, brighter, and a darker. That's really all I was doing. Just kind of feeling through that. This kind of thing, it's like the more you zoom in, the worse it looks. The more you focus on what you're actually looking at, the worse it looks. But if you kind of look at it as a whole, it's really, really nice. I love this kind of style, so. Very pretty. So yeah, that was my my practice this week. Do I have anything else to say? I guess not, hey? I'm really happy with this one. I think I'd like to do more drawings where there's less going on. You know what I mean? Less to focus on, so I can actually spend more time making them look nice. Because I think most of my drawings, most of the time there's too much going on, and I don't have enough time to make it look good. So anyway, here's my week in review. Anything else to say? I guess not. Thanks for watching, hey? And I'll be back next week with another one. Cut!